score, man. That's all on you guys. So, well done, man. Way to trust each other, way to run the systems, way to run the sets, like, way to do your thing. Hey, let's go. 3 cheers for the team. Hip, hip. Hooray! 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 One for the refs. Hooray! Okay, let's go.
So my name is Ibrahim, but most people around here just started calling me Coach Q because, you know, it's a lot easier than saying Qureshi, I guess. I started playing basketball as a kid in the Middle East. I just remember being a kid in like the 90s, just playing basketball at like outdoor courts, 40-degree weather. Didn't really go to a lot of camps as a kid. My parents weren't really big on sports, but I remember like downloading video clips off LimeWire and trying to learn AI's crossover and playing. So I played on teams over there, came to high school, played basketball here too. But I think in high school, a lot changed for me because like I went through a lot of tough times. I think adjusting, switching 3 high schools was really hard as any kid. And I wasn't the best student. I was failing. I was struggling in school. Guidance counselor said, you're not going to be good enough to go to university or college, and you should look at an apprenticeship at best. So I think at that point, I was at a low point, and just not being able to play basketball, that getting taken away because of grades, attitude, and conduct, and certain things, and just moving around so much, it was hard to reset. I remember taking like a resource class, like me, 1 in 5 kids, and it's like one of those life skills class because I was just in such a difficult place. You know, I battled mental health for 2 years, and just in and out of like school, missing some school here and there. Like I think I failed 4 courses. I didn't graduate on time. Like I didn't have enough credits, and credits aside, I didn't have any volunteer hours because in Ontario you need 40 volunteer hours to graduate. I had 0 in grade 12. But I think being in that class with Mr. Potroff, like that was the guy that, you know, made a big difference at the time, and volunteering in the school where I started coaching basketball. I think that's when I was like, yeah, I want to become a teacher, just because I felt as though, you know, that would have been a bigger impact. And I saw how hard my dad worked at times because my dad worked like as an engineer, and he was always working. He was working overseas, so he'd be gone for months at a time. And we were just, you know, it was me and my brothers and my mom, and she had 5 boys at home, so that was hard for her. So I just wanted to be in a career where I could have had more time, where I could have summers off, where I could spend time and just relax and coach basketball and do the things that I wish I could have done as a kid. So I always looked at the things I didn't have and I said, hey, there's only one way to make it a positive. You can either complain about your situation or you can make a difference. And being able to get into university for teaching was a struggle because it took me 5 years in high school. And when I chose to be a teacher, just being South Asian and minority, it's not like everyone's like, hey, great job, you're becoming a teacher. It's like, why'd you become a teacher? Like, that's a terrible career choice. Like, I got told I made a mistake. And it was hard hearing that from some of the people in the community at the time, because they're like, oh, why aren't you going to business? Why aren't you going to engineering or law? And it's like, man, like, I barely graduated high school. I struggled to get here. Like, you don't understand. For you to say that, it was tough. But I just think that I picked a university that was an hour and a half away from all that negativity and toxicity that allowed me to reset mentally and kind of focus on the basketball, the coaching, and everything else that I was able to do afterwards.
Question for you. How are you doing in school? What's fine?
I'm doing okay. I struggled in physics this year.
Do you know what I think, honestly? And I don't get this the wrong way. I work with kids all the time. If I was going to peg you for someone with ADHD or executive functioning challenges, I would 100% pin it on you. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful because I have a lot of kids like that. Like one of my teachers that I work with, their daughter's a doctor, a veterinary doctor, has ADHD. Son has ADHD, PhD in physics. So it's not like you can't do the academics. But I'm saying that when I explained Denver to you 3 times and you were lost, or when we did the balloon drill and you were lost, it just shows the way your brain thinks. You forget or you're going too quick. And I don't know if that's a challenge for you in your personal life. I promise it is. Time management, organization are 100% things that affect you to a point where it frustrates you. Because you know what you want to do, but you just can't do it. Tell me that's not true. It's true, right? May 10th is a talk that I want you to attend. It's in Okotoks. I just want you to come with me, please. The guy that's giving the talk is really good. I'm taking a bunch of people with me, but I need you to listen to it. If you can bring an adult from your household, I promise you it's going to be worth it. And I'll have that conversation with your parents. Because I think that's what it is. I don't think you want to like.
Coach Q, he came into scrimmage with our junior high program, and I remember our kids were terrified of his team. Like they came in, and we played them. I think we beat them by 50. And I remember after that game, I was still trying to impress him because I was told like this guy's an amazing coach. I'm like, yo, trying to explain to him all my plays. I think I came on too strong, kind of scared him off a little bit. Then we started playing pickup ball together. And he's a phenomenal basketball player, really strong understanding of the game. So he's just a good guy. He's a guy you can chat with about literally any topic, from fashion to food to life to jokes. Like, it was easy for me to develop a rapport with him because he's just that friendly. So we built off of that. Legend season 1, a lot of guys were giving me a tough time. And Coach Q came to me and kind of told me off about the jerseys. Like, these are like terrible. But he was very respectful about it. And I realized when you have someone who's willing to be honest with you and give you criticism, but does it with your best interest in mind, it's someone you want to actually, keep a close relation with. So ever since then, we worked together to build Legends what it is today.
Get some water, bring it in, right to the middle.
My name is Krystian. I play shooting guard, and I'm from Calgary. When I was a kid, my dad would always show me the game and play it in front of me. Kind of picked it up a couple years ago. He was a big Celtics fan when Larry Bird was first drafted. After my school team had finished, my mom, I told her I wanted to go on a club team, and she kind of asked if I wanted to go on Legends. I knew Qureshi was the assistant coach, and I really just stayed because I liked the teammates a lot. Before the season, I was friends with some of the more, bad guys of the school. Guess I just kind of followed them a bit.
I don't think he's a bully. I think he's a kid who struggled with self-esteem and confidence. I think you find that with kids everywhere. When you don't have an identity, when you're not an athlete, you're not in clubs, you're not academically inclined, you're going to find something to, build an identity. And his identity that he's forging is just, I'm a tough kid, I act out, I do all these things, because at the end of the day, every single human's the same. They just want appreciation and love from their peers, their family, and I think when you don't have that, you chase it in the wrong places, and I think that's what he's doing. He's chasing the respect of his peers through the one thing that he can get, and that's by acting out or being tough or whatever, as opposed to working hard in school or working hard in sports. I need to hear that. I need to hear your energy, I need to hear your compliments. Dap each other up, give each other positivity, and really embrace that. There's nothing wrong with showing someone that you appreciate them. You want someone to compliment you on basketball, a skill that doesn't really matter much in life, then you better start giving people compliments first to get them back in return. Because I promise you, the more you give out, the more you'll get in return. So everyone, to the baseline, you're gonna run end to end. Cornet, you get to relax. Positive energy, man. Hey, let's go. I remember 2 years ago, his parents came to me in a parent-teacher conference and said, hey, we want to get our kid into sports. Because he was low self-esteem, really quiet kid, and he's kind of a follower where he just kind of goes with a group of kids that he's with, and he kind of gravitates towards some of those negative kids. And he wasn't an athlete, wasn't a basketball player. He had 2 left feet. This guy couldn't go in a straight line. And for him to be playing basketball now at a club level, and just seeing the pride and seeing him in the classroom now that he goes back with a little bit more confidence is huge, huge. I've had kids who I taught years ago that are in jail right now, and you can't save everyone. You can try your best and be there for them, and I have a kid right now who I think is gonna end up in that same path. You can tell the parents, you can be as honest and open and be caring, but not everyone wins.
You guys know how to break this. Rise Hoops is way better than this team. And we almost beat them. We're just nervous. Get it out, right? We're shooting threes outside. Let's get it inside. Screen, Jazz. When you were in, you were outside. Your job is inside the paint. No more outside shots. Okay? Let's go. Box out. We're not gonna out-jump tall white boys. We're gonna out-box them. We're gonna out-hustle them. We're gonna play street ball. This is the streets. You body everything. Okay? Block left. You guys know what block left is? You guys are letting them go right. Shut them down, boys. Now's the time. Time to step up. Let's go. Defense on 2. 1, 2. Defense.
Krystian, that is truly a high energy kid. Like this kid, with positive energy comes positive outcomes. And I know that he had a lot of negative energy before joining Legends. He was a troublesome kid. He was a bully. He thought that he was a mistake and had no stake in this world and didn't deserve to be here. Coming out of this season, man, this kid lights up a room. He's loud, like his positive energy, the way he stays in touch with his teammates, the way he carries himself now, man, 360-degree turnaround, like just amazing. I think part of it was that he thought that he could only have bad friends. But being part of Legends and seeing the good things that are outside, which was amazing with, like I said, for the culture of junior varsity. He is practically one of the pieces of that glue that holds the junior varsity team together. Because let's face it, he's not physically there in the aspect of playing basketball, but just the way his team energy, his positivity, his work ethic, just being there for his teammates, offering rides when he's not even the one driving. Who needs a ride, right? He has gone from negative energy to positive energy. He has way more self-confidence. He has his self-esteem is through the roof. If anything, he is one of the kids that I would say is most improved. With Legends basketball, it's not just about basketball skills. I want to fully explain that Legends is not just about developing basketball. Legends is also about developing relationships, developing off the court maturity, and just being able to learn life lessons as well as basketball lessons. I think that's what every kid should want to learn, is what can Coach Restie, Coach Q, Commish, Coach Stephen, Coach Jack offer me on the court, off the court. And I'm telling you right now, this kid made the biggest turnaround, and in my honest opinion, he is the most improved player for JV Legends, hands down, just based on the fact of what he's gone through, what he's went through, what he's put, all the work he's put into to be where he is at today is just wow. It's amazing.
You guys, everyone played well today. Legends on 2, family on 4, Geek on 6. 1, 2, Legends! 3, 4, family, 5, 6,